Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am the BD Pinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback. Remember, you can always take us along with you. Just go to your app store and take us along with you. Happy Monday to everybody. Today is the Broughton and Broughton program.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
I have with me this morning my son Christopher, and he's visiting here in Michigan with all of us. He came to surprise me on my birthday, and it was so exciting, and I've been enjoying him ever since. So I want you to know today is the 22nd of April, and there is a new construction concept that's going around the country, and I want to talk about that in a few moments. But I just want to say good morning to a few of you. You know, I attend a number of community meetings, and I meet so many people, and I enjoy them, and I invite them to tune in on Mondays. The program is on from 9 a.m. until 10:30. And you can always, on your computer, go to Radio We Can See and watch us right on your computer. That's Radio We Can See. I want to say good morning to Jackie and to Carl and to Katrina and to Rosa and to Ron and to so many of you who tune in, Miss Farmer, and to Charlene and Derek and and to Isaac, and also I want you to know that we appreciate you participating with Hood Research. We appreciate you tuning in on Mondays. We also appreciate those of you who participate with us each Saturday. So on Saturday, we have a conference call, and you all are always welcome for that as well. And Sister Fedora, good morning to you too. Now to Christopher, who is riding shotgun with me this morning.
Oh, there it is. There it is. And a happy birthday to you, as Lady T.
Thank you, thank you.
Birthday
thank
this
you.
weekend. We had a great time. We're down to Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Had a chance to sing at Birds this weekend, and it was a lot of fun.
And people got an opportunity on this past Thursday, Jazz Night, to hear you sing as well. And they really enjoyed us being there. And I had a wonderful time. So tell us a bit about Christopher and the subject matter, tiny homes.
Well, I got involved with a very dear friend of mine, another producer in film and television, and she came from the construction world. And so she had a project, the Tiny Home Project, unlike any of the other ones that you've seen. And I connected with a couple of people, and she says, we need to do this business together. I had the marketing side, she had the hardware side, rebranded the company and started taking them out. I wanted to help people to feel good about where they're going to. And we were dealing with, I don't want to mention the names, a company, and they were awarding somebody to build new homes where these people lost their homes. And we're a minority company sitting there and listening to the other companies across the table from us. And I asked one question. I asked the guy, I said, would you live in it? And he says, what? I said, would you live in this home that you're building for the people? He said, they needed affordable homes. I said, that's not the answer to my question. I said, would you live in it? Because I'm not trying to build Section 8. And it got the whole room quiet. I said, what we build, I live in it. And we have a better product. It's fireproof, bug-proof, and OSHA approved. And we start putting it out there, and we're getting blocked. So I said, I know what we're going to do. We start bringing in, young folks, teaching them the business, and putting these homes out. And I'm sure you've seen the tiny homes. Walmart's getting into the business. A lot of people are trying to do tiny homes, but we're creating tiny homes that anywhere from 800 square feet to 3,000 square feet. We have a system where we can design a home for you. We probably have maybe about 70 homes that we've already designed. You can pick from one of those. And we can put a home up in less than a week if the foundation and everything's in place. The home comes in, and it's already the wiring, everything is there, prefab type home, but keeps the cold out, and keeps the warm in during the wintertime, and keeps the the cool in and the hot out in the summertime.
Wow.
But it's a minority-owned business, and we hope to bring it here to Detroit.
Wow. That's really interesting. That that is a project that people are trying to tap into and take shortcuts and do a lot of fluffing stuff on commercials to make others think what they're producing and presenting is so wonderful when all they want to do is just get over on the community.
Well, one of the things that I see with the tiny home business, so if you have a piece of property and say the garage is bad or something like that, why not take the garage down and replace it with a tiny home that's there? So now you have a home that you could either, put mom in and dad in, or you have a piece of property now that with a home on it that you could rent out or Airbnb and make some money with it. I want to bring those dollars back into the community and give people something to be proud of and something that they could share and something they could make some money on, or even the kids, say they're growing up and your kids are, going to college or out of college and they need a place to stay. Why not create that? Because sometimes you need your space, but you can create this home for them and then bring that money back home so everybody can share.
Right.
And we have a lot of different homes they could choose from if they're interested.
We need to give out the phone number for someone who wants to call in. You have the number?
Yes, anybody looking to call in, the number is 313-365-7327. That number again is 313-365-7327. The other number is 313-365-7379. The other number is 313-365-7379.
Okay, thank you. The opportunities really present themselves in a number of ways, and people need to pay attention, wake up, watch what's happening, and don't be brainwashed. There's so much information to utilize, take advantage of, and learn. And with this particular project that you have been approved, you stated, by OSHA, and that's a good selling point right there, because it has already been looked at, examined, analyzed, etc. So that's something else that we want to let people know. Now, has the website been available to the community yet?
The website should be going up probably within another day or two. We've been adding photos and different things, so our webmaster is actually rebranding it. But the company's called Art and Luxury. Art and Luxury. And that's what they can tap into. I'm going to give them a phone number to call in.
Okay.
For Art and Luxury. The number is 1-626-516-2998. And when you call into the number, tell them Christopher Broden sent you, and tell them you want to see the catalogs of homes to put into your yard.
And give that number once more.
That number again is 626-516-2998. 2988.
Okay. And
Oh, I'm sorry, that's 2998. I'm going to read it again. It's 626 516 2998.
okay.
And that is my co-founder office. That's Amber.
Okay. So they can ask for Amber.
Right,
You
right.
know,
Just let 'em know.
it is a great idea for the people within our community to consider going in business for themselves. You know, so often they will be looking for a job. There's a organization that am a part of. As a matter of fact, I joined it a long time ago when Selena Johnson was president. And for those who don't know, Selena Johnson is a woman who has been teaching golf for about 40 years. And she starts with children at 4 years old. And she has put about 100 young people through college because she helps them to get college scholarships.
Oh, man, there you go.
Right. And anyway, the name of the organization is the Thursday Luncheon Group. And the purpose for that organization is to encourage people from our community, black folks, African American folks, to join. And we talk about patronizing our own, patronizing
Absolutely.
each other. you know.
Absolutely.
And this would be a great opportunity for people to think about getting into it. Airbnb is a new concept, and it's something that there are a few people within our community who are taking advantage of that. There's a guest coming on today who's going to talk about another business that we can take advantage of. But in the Thursday Luncheon Group, we do patronize one another, which is a wonderful thing. So, do you want to talk about some of the other things that you have done?
Well, I'm just going to kind of dovetail on what you're saying. I mean, I love the fact that we as a people always thrive and survive, and we need to stick together and have these communities. That's why I enjoy your show so much, and how you get together. You have the Saturday morning thing that you guys always do, but
Conference call.
the conference call that comes on. But I think that there needs to be more platforms like this where people can come to, or at least come into this platform. If you have a question, here's the number. Call. It is 313-365-7327 or 313-365-7379. Because I don't see problems, I see solutions. And sometimes when people like, I don't know how to do this, I can't get a job, I don't have a GED, I don't have this. Just think outside the box. Some things you can't learn in the classroom. There's a lot of brilliant people out there who are being browbeat or told they can't, when these are the people that create all kinds of wonderful things. I mean, I remember we talked to a kid once who was in trouble for writing his name on the freeway overpass. And where everybody was browbeating, I said, hold on a minute. I said, this guy could be a great engineer. I said, who would come up with a way how to climb up there, hang over the freeway, do an amazing painting? He didn't just do tagging. His stuff was amazing. But he just needed somebody to guide him, in a different direction. So those talents could be utilized for others who didn't have his talent. The same thing with the tiny homes. I mean, one of the things I saw with the tiny homes was a way to create a second income for other people, as well as myself, and my kids. I think if people would see this and realize that, wow, I can put one of these up, or how do I get involved, or what could I do for the community, I don't mind. I mean, they can call in. I'll show you exactly what to do and how to do this and how to turn this into a win for yourself. But I like these think tanks where we can help each other, create for each other, and find out, what the solution is. Don't come to me you come to me with your problem. We'll come up with a solution. How about that?
That's right. That's
We got a
right.
phone call, Theo.
Oh, okay.
Got a phone call coming in.
Happy Monday.
Slide soul, slide go, Silverado.
All right. Happy
Y'all
Monday.
looking good to me.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, you know what? It is so funny. I was listening to Chris was talking about the tiny houses,
Uh-huh.
and I worked with the shelter for moms and children,
Uh-huh.
and oh Lord, I done forgot the lady's name that was in charge of the shelters,
Shelter.
but she started building the tiny homes.
Oh.
And so my thought was, okay, like my son, he's like 6 feet, past 6 feet, very tall. So but I did see some in other areas where they had 2 floors. But
Right.
when I went to look at her tiny homes,
Uh-huh.
I went to look in the window,
Uh-huh.
and someone was there inside laying down.
Oh.
And I felt like the land of the giants looking into the window, and this person is laying down looking up at me.
Oh,
And
no.
I said, oh, my God, I didn't mean to frighten anyone, but it just took me back to the land of the giants when
There it
I was
is.
like that. That was just too funny.
Oh,
Man.
man.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the tiny homes. My thought was, how would they weather a storm or floods? Because we've had those issues in our city. Our cars floating down
Right.
like rivers in the freeway,
On the freeway.
people's basements being flooded. So I kind of question how would they weather the storm.
Well, these particular tiny homes, and you making me think I'm gonna have to change the name to these tiny homes because they're not so tiny. And we can make them small, of course. I'm designing a whole thing for the veterans because they mean a lot to me. They do something I couldn't, do, which is go out there and defend our country and so on and so forth. A lot of times these veterans come back and we forget about them. And we let them go, and we should not do that.
They need our
Right.
support.
Yeah, we should not do that. But I'm going to show you, if I can. I mean, some of these, I'm looking for them on my phone just to kind of bring them up so you guys can see what they look like. They're actually really nice. If you're talking about an 800 square foot tiny home, and when you look at it, I mean, we have one that's a 3,000 square foot tiny home.
3,000. Whoa.
It's just a name, and they're actually. They're not mobile homes, although they're called tiny homes. They actually, we lock them in, so they're not going to float away. But we do have a portable tiny home that comes in as well. We use them for actually putting up other homes, also going into remote areas. And they're beautiful. They come with washer, dryer, refrigerator, the beds, the whole thing. And they're
Wow.
pretty insane, too. I'm going to show you this. Let me turn the sound down. You might be able to see this. See if I can turn it so you can see it a little bit. You take a look at this. This is one of the tiny homes we have. Take a look inside. I think you can see it.
Can you see it, Sly?
I don't see it yet.
Gotta look. That's not so tiny.
Okay. Listen, and also they were making the cargo homes. I think they were making them out of the truck.
Oh, the
Yeah,
truck.
the cargo
Tank
container
machine.
homes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my thing with those. I only understand this because I grew up in Detroit, and about 6 months out the year we underground because it's snowing and everything else, right? And you get what is called cabin fever, and
Yeah.
you got to stretch yourself and get out. So, like I told the people before, I said, "Would you live in it?" Because what we build, I would live in it. So it's important to me that you have something that you not only can live, but it's something you like. And I had to build it
Yeah.
with the room. And
I was more impressed with the tiny homes than the cargos because there was not a lot of windows, and I like sun. I
Oh,
like
right.
that sun to come in. you know.
Right. Oh, yes.
And like Chris was saying, that you had your own washer and dryer in there. You had your own laundry room.
yeah, absolutely. I'm going to show you a portable one. I got to hold it up so you can see it. But this is a portable
Oh,
one.
okay.
That is a portable
nice.
one. And the way it opens up, it's amazing. This
Okay.
comes with all the amenities and everything in. All you need is your suitcase. when you show
Yeah.
up. So all you need is a suitcase
Right.
when you
Well,
get to
please
the
bring it to Detroit.
Oh, we're working on it. Now, Detroit is my heart. You know, it's a home here. I love the people of Detroit because I am a Detroiter, although I moved. But my mother's here, my sister's here, and whatever I can do to help, you know, I'm going to help.
We know. We love you. We know you on it.
Oh, thank you. I love you guys too. But I know we can do this. I was looking at some property over the weekend. I even went to my sister's house. She brought a beautiful new home. I said, "Girl, let me put a home back here." So I got an extra place. So it's just a matter of, you know, finding a spot. We'll start dropping some out here. Find some people that want them, and the main thing is to make it affordable. You need a place to live. You need something to eat. We even try to teach people how to put in a tiny home and have a garden. I was always taught to have enough, you know, in the garden to make a salad.
Yeah.
Say have a salad.
Yeah, because we want to know what we're eating, because at now this point you know not what you eat.
Man, let me tell you, they don't. Check this out. Here's something you might want to try. Now, there is a thing called high toast fruit corn syrup. High toast.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fructose.
Fructose. Yeah, high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup. Your brain doesn't recognize this, but it's in almost everything, especially soda, especially the number one thing that most people have, which is called ketchup. So say Heinz ketchup or one of those kind of big companies. The first one, the first or second ingredients is high fructose corn syrup, which, you know, gets stored in the body as brown fat cells. Now, that same company sends that ketchup out to England and other countries. It's not in it. It's just the regular stuff. I'm like, why are you killing the people in the U.S.? So it's very, very interesting. You got to read everything almost now, and, you know, things ain't what they used to be. So food is medicine. I think a lot of people forgot food is medicine. So you have to be careful what you're eating. You don't have to. Yeah, you got to be careful what you eat.
I love you, Chris.
Oh,
he's so wise. Where do we get this young man from?
Oh, you're so kind. So kind. Yeah. But
you're on it. I was at the my mom's first fan. My first fan, the NFL event yesterday at. And we had vendors there, and we had a lot of vegan food.
Right.
One of them will be at our food co-op, her product.
Wow.
So I'm just so happy that we have our food co-op where we can get into wellness, and people need to understand your health, wealth lays in your health.
Absolutely.
Your health is your wealth. That's right.
Absolutely.
All right.
There's so much that we can do to help each other, and like I say, food is medicine. There's so many different things you have at home in your cabinet that would change your life. And I got to guide people to the herbs and the things that are already at home that they could use to help themselves with. Example, if you were to have a toothache, did you know the Band-Aid you want is to pull out some cloves, chew on that clove, and it actually will take the toothache away so you could make it to the dentist.
All right.
You know what else that take the toothache out that I didn't know was baking soda.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had tried everything, and somebody told me to go rinse my mouth with baking soda. Yeah. Do you know now I brush my teeth every day with baking soda now?
That's right. They've
also clean your teeth.
Been using that for decades. We are at the end of this segment, and thank you so much for being with us this morning, Sly. And feel free to call back. We have got to take a pause for the cause.
Oh, that what we're doing?
And we'll be back. All right.
Come back.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broden, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000. Access code 338729. Thank you very much.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Warmer.
Wally Warmer here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Brazen. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the chew germ. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Impinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Always remember that you can take us along with you. And we have returned for the next segment of the show. And the Broughton and Broughton team have now been joined on Feedback with my co-host Mark Cummings, right?
Yes,
And the guest, yes.
Yes, today I'm telling you folks, I was excited. We were talking out there in the lobby. We got Brother Joe Williams, entrepreneur. Name of his company is Electronic Services Technologies. And the company deals in medical billing, medical record software. Tap in, folks. Community health workers, doula reporting software. We're going to talk about what doulas do today in the healthcare industry. So it's all about and point of sale bookkeeping software. So you know you got a business, you're going to need that software to get it right. Yes, indeed. It's going to be a good show.
That is something. Years ago, it was 2 cans and a string. You know what I'm saying? Then we moved into telephones, landlines, and then we had microfiche, right? And now in 1995, we used to hear Windows 95. Windows 95. Windows 95. Windows 90. And it kept getting louder. And her research, we said, what in the heck is Windows 95? And we found that it was a computer for consumers. Computers had been in the works for quite a while, but not for the regular consumers. So as we at HUD Research began to learn about that, we decided to start teaching computers to the members of the community. And sometimes we'd have 40 people in a class, which was really overwhelming. But the people were concerned that they wanted to learn about it. So now it has expanded and expanded, and Wayne County Community College teaches introduction to computers like we were doing. And for anybody that's 60 years of age or older, they can learn free. They now have a second class, which is navigating the internet. And then they have an advanced class, all at Wayne County Community College. But our guest this morning, Joe Williams, is going to take us even further in telling us what is available with the computer industry. Joe?
Yes, indeed. Well, Joe, I just want to focus on what we were talking about out there, because you are talking about your main concern is this healthcare software.
That's correct.
And we were talking about exactly what a doula is. Now, first of all, introduce yourself to the listeners out there.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Ms. Broughton, and you, Mark, for allowing me the opportunity to share some of the things that I certainly would like the public to know about. So thank you for having me. As it relates to what I do, maybe I might start there because it might seem kind of crazy just jumping into this. So I'll start with my background. I'm a software application developer. I didn't start off as that. I started off as a computer service repairman. That's how I started professionally in the industry. And but all that time in that industry, I was interested in business. And what I saw being a hardware technician was that there was plenty of opportunity in this computer arena. I'm predating myself with Windows 95. I started before Windows 95 got into. It was DOS. This is what they was DOS. Then Windows 3.1. Then Windows 95 came in. So I kind of go way back. But I learned that there was a lot of things going on in the in the computer industry that was open for grabs, and I could see that the community itself would begin to use computers. Now, at that time, only computers is in the corporate world, but I began to see them come, or the opportunity coming down to where our small businesses would be using computers. So that I began to move into that realm. I actually got started with software because when I first started my business, I was actually servicing microwave ovens, commercial and domestic microwave ovens. That's what I was doing. And in that realm, I had at one time about 5 employees. Now they were great people, I would say, for young folks working with, at that time, a young man. I thought they was doing quite well, respectful and doing the things that they should do. But they did have this one problem that was causing me a problem, and that was that we were on the proverbial CP time. I couldn't get I couldn't get everybody to come in at the same time, because I just needed them there to start on time. So no matter how nice I was, or if I jumped up and down on the table demanding that they be there, it just didn't work. Somebody was going to be late that week, if not everyone. So finally, I shared with them, well, I'm just going to start paying you for the time that you work. I had been paying them just a regular 40 hours, so... so
this were the guys that were going out fixing the microwave.
Yeah, that's correct. So it was kind of easy because I just took my software and well, I'm getting ahead of myself. The problem was that I was doing the payroll, but I would just take the payroll and move it from one week to the next because it was the same payroll. But when I said that I was going to pay them at the hours that they worked, I thought that would get them, but that didn't really work. They were still coming in late, so now I had to make good on my word and pay them for the hours that they came. But I was the only one suffering because now I had to do payroll every week because it was different. So that pointed me toward, I knew about computer software. I wasn't in the arena, but I knew about computer software. So I said, well, computers should be able to compute this for me. So, so what I was able to scrape up $4,500, because back then the Apple IIe cost $4,500. I got the hardware.
I think we forget how much computers were.
Yeah, they were a bit expensive. Yeah, wow. But I scraped up that money, but only to find that what I really needed also was some software to run on that computer, and I wasn't finding anyone that could help me with that software. So it hit me. I said, well, you know how to add and subtract and make and do this on paper. All you have to do is figure out how to make the computer do it for you. So that got me into the programming realm. That's how I got started into programming, and I'm glad I did because it allowed me to now have products that is affordable for me to manufacture. Because all I need is an idea, and then I put that into a software program.
Yes, indeed.
So that's the background of that, of how I got started.
Got into the software piece. Now, Ms. Bro, we always have a lot of businesses on the show.
Yes.
And, we have some that, actually hire people that has a staff, and everyone doesn't understand that payroll plays a big role in the business. It takes up a lot of your time.
And expense.
Yes, indeed. And, you got to get your payroll taxes right and all this other stuff. So you were stating to me when we were speaking that your software makes it easier for these people that are sole proprietorships or just got an LLC, got their own business that's not hiring other people and got to get their paperwork right.
Yeah, that was a market that I saw that I felt that I could play in that arena. Because easily enough, most individuals are struggling to do their bookkeeping. And some of the major software packages that are out there that the industry claims are for small businesses really isn't quite just that for our small businesses, because there's a little bit more to the applications that they provide.
And that's mainly like QuickBooks and the like.
Yeah, that's correct. You almost have to be a bookkeeper or accountant to use that system. So it's a good system for bookkeeping and accountants, those systems, but they're not so good because they're time-consuming for our small businesses, because our small businesses generally went in business to sell whatever product or service they went in business for, not to become a bookkeeper or an accountant.
Right.
So I looked with that in hand. I designed what I felt was a streamlined process, software that would really accomplish the same basic things, but at a lesser time-consuming rate. Basically, my application works whenever you sell a product. If you write a receipt right on the computer screen, and it will do that in 30 seconds for you. Now you've actually created a receipt to give to your client for services rendered, but it also is doing your books at that same time. So now you get your profit and loss statements automatically for you just by the touch of a button. So a lot of those internal things that you would normally have to do manually, the system will do for you.
Now, what is the name of the software you've created?
It's called Quick and Easy.
I like that. Yes, indeed. And folks, I'm telling you, if you're in business, you want to give this gentleman a call and look into the software. It's reasonable, and you need it because, like he said, QuickBooks is really built for larger businesses. And you don't want to get caught up with a lot of extra minutiae, as we can speak, dealing with stuff that, that doesn't conform to what you're doing.
Well, Mark, it sounds like this makes it quick.
Yeah, exactly. And easy.
Oh man!
So we can get back to business, right?
Yes, indeed. And you know, you were saying yourself, Brother Chris, that you have some interest in the healthcare business.
Yeah.
This
absolutely.
gentleman was stating that he is looking to mainly deal with this in the healthcare concerns, because a lot of times we can't access those government contracts because we don't have the software to do the billing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you were stating that your software will help them there.
Yeah, well, quite a bit. The bottom line, there's a lot of things that's coming to fore right now that I want our people to at least know about that's happening in the healthcare industry. There's a couple of what I might call careers that people could look at in the healthcare industry that you don't need any letters behind your name to be a part of this. Quite frankly, just a high school education or GED would qualify you to become what's known as a community health worker or a doula. Now, community health worker, when you see the term health worker, it might make you think that it's something about clinical things that you have to know to be able to be a community health worker. Well, that really isn't the case. A community health worker actually helps a patient or a person that really needs assistance with some of their social needs that are really preventing them for getting well clinically. Mm-hmm. I know that's a mouthful, but there are many problems that people face, such as, let's say, homelessness. If a person is homeless, they're going to have a heck of a time, and let's say they maybe are seeing a doctor, but they're going to have a heck of a time getting their clinical needs met because they're homeless. They can't even get to the doctor appointment, things of that nature. So a community health worker helps a person get the resources that they need that, let's say, different organizations that might help them with. So that community health worker is a facilitator. And in the past, a community health worker, for the most part, was a volunteer position. Hospitals may have a community health worker that they pay, but then all the rest of the staff for the hospital, in terms of community health workers, are generally volunteers. Well, the new thing has hit the fan this year, and that is Medicare and Medicaid will pay for community health workers' services. So what that means is there's an opportunity for people that at least have a high school education to move into that market. There is some training involved, but I'm told that that's about 16 weeks, and so that might translate into more of a 6-month time, those 16 weeks that you have to take. So this is an important opportunity and a real good opportunity for people that are looking for a career, because as I'm looking at this, I can see that you may start as a community health worker, but I can foresee that there will be opportunities to move up the ranks, and probably move up the ranks where you don't have to spend several years in school to be able to move up those ranks, because there's a real shortage of the healthcare.
Now, where would you go to tap into that? Because I'm taking you got to have a certification, right?
Yes, you have to have a certification, but that certification is at the state level. You can Google Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, or really just Google community health workers, and I'm sure they'll take you to
how to go through the process.
Yeah, right, through the process.
I think that's a wonderful thing, and you got to think out of the box when it comes to things like this. With the software you created and putting it together, here's a business for you. Just think if you have a van that you could fix up, and maybe you can give a ride to some people who need to go to dialysis, or you check in with those folks and you can help them do a lot of different things. But it's definitely out there. You just got to want it.
Absolutely, and a lot of times you just got to know about it. I would imagine that as we speak, many people that are listening and hearing this broadcast probably didn't know what a community health worker was. Certainly didn't know that there were opportunities that are available to them. And I'll mention also the doula. A doula is a person that helps a pregnant mom through her pregnancy. Now, that doula does not do anything clinical here, but they support that mom with all their other physical and emotional needs.
Right.
So what is, because of the problem that black women have had in terms of statistics, with black women dying 3 times faster than white women for pregnancy problems, this came about where the doula opportunity came about, where the state has put that in place, where doulas can support pregnant moms. This is basically Medicaid now, but they can support pregnant moms and actually get paid for supporting it. That's the other part that I certainly want people to know about, that again, the government has put millions, I should say billions of dollars down into our community for clinical kinds of services, but one of the things that hampers us from taking total advantage of that is the fact that they've got, you can get paid for your services, but the problem that will hamper many of our doulas and community health workers is to get paid, you've got to be able to electronically document the services you rendered. You've got to be able to electronically bill Medicare and Medicaid for those services. And those two things generally keep us from actually being more of a part of that, because we don't have the software to do the medical record, we don't have the software to do the billing. But that's where I can help to mitigate some of those particular issues, to keep to allow more of our people to really get involved at a much higher level than just being the community health worker, but it's an opportunity for entrepreneurship to be developed around those particular services.
Joe, are you saying that with the software that you've developed and put together, which helps the individual to start their own business, could this be something like an app on the phone? Or do you have to have a computer to set this up? The reason why, because you just opened up the whole world, up to being a doula, which is a beautiful thing, number one, and a lot of these beautiful young women who are out there who may have a young pregnancy or whatever, they won't be able to empathize with a young mom, or mom is having a second or a third child, to help that woman get through that time that's going to be needed. It sounds like a wonderful opportunity you're putting out there. With this software that you've developed, now they can support themselves and help a lot of other people at the same time. So is it something, or can we develop a software that could be on the phone? Can we have a software that could be on a computer?
Well, this application is actually for the computer, and I'll say the reason for that, it is actually a full-blown electronic medical record. Back in 2011, I created this, let's say the government was looking for companies to create an electronic medical record.
Hold that thought there, because we right there at the break.
Okay.
And Tim, let's get this. We're going to come on the other side. Miss Broughton, we're going to talk about a big industry is dealing with pre-diabetics.
Yes.
We're going to get into, what we're trying to do to service those folks and how the software ties into this.
That's right. Refresh your coffee or your orange juice. Call some people, tell them to tune in to hear about this important opportunity. And we'll be back momentarily.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Woolman here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you.
Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Brazen. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
That's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
WGPR Detroit, HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Take us along with you. Remember that. And we are back. The Broughton team
There it
and
is.
feedback and
One,
and,
two.
and my co-host and our guest is Joe Williams, and he is sharing some extremely important information with us, and I'm so glad that you were able to be here today. But first, before we continue, Joe Williams, will you please give out contact information, phone number, email, website, all of the good stuff.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Broughton. My phone number is area code 313-341-1821.
Okay, again?
313-341-1821. My company name again is Electronic Services Technology.
Mhm.
You can Google that because my email is so long, I'm sure you're not going to get it. But I'll say it anyway. It's the letter J, Williams, at, and this is one long word, Electronic Services with the S on the end, Tech, TECH.com. So that's J Williams at electronicservicestech.com.
All right. And we got the phone number, got the email. And where is there a website?
That would just be electronicservicestech.com.
Okay. Now, where we left off, Mark,
Yes,
Joe,
indeed.
go ahead.
We were definitely, and I'd just like to say, like the BD says, you got to have your pen and paper ready, folks. We know feedback gonna bring you the information. You gotta be ready to get this down.
Yes.
Get it in.
Now, I know we were speaking before we went to the break about software and tying in to the government with the pre-diabetic. Because that's become probably one of the most pressing matters in the country right now, is the fact that a majority of our citizens are right there in that pre-diabetic range.
Some 96 million and counting.
Wow.
So let's talk a little bit about that program, which is called the National Diabetes Prevention Program. It's a program that is designed to help mitigate going into full-blown diabetes. As an example, well, I'll give this a little background about this program and how it came about.
Now, this is a government program,
This is
right?
a government
Okay.
program. This is, matter of fact, this is from the CDC. They developed this program. So back maybe in 2010, 2011, they did a pilot program where they brought in individuals that were diagnosed as pre-diabetic, brought them into a classroom setting, and taught them about better eating habits and about the importance of exercise, and also using the camaraderie of the classroom setting to help keep people engaged in this diabetes prevention program. So what they found that that if they could get you to lose just 5% of whatever your current body weight is, that if they could get you to lose 5% of that, they could actually keep you from going in diabetes, or at very least delay you going into full-blown diabetes. So once they determined that this thing really worked, they were anxious about putting it into the public realm. And the reason they were anxious about it is because that meant that if they could, if this program could be successful, they could save over $43 billion a year from people not going into the hospital suffering from diabetes.
Wow.
So again, they put this program into the public realm, which means that organizations could actually facilitate this diabetes prevention program by actually facilitating the classrooms, bringing folks that are pre-diabetic into a classroom, and they teach that person about better eating habits. And the thing about it that really is exciting for me is that I see a twofold benefit. One, the program really does get into the heart of people eating better. The program is not about taking medication. They tell you if you're on medication, don't just stop. But the program is about better eating habits, better thinking habits, and more exercise. So that's what the program is about, and I personally like that. Really, I might say it's a threefold thing, because the class that I actually conduct, they're pretty much seniors in that class. And what I found was that it was also helpful because it gave an outlet for the people to come to class, engage with each other, you know, on a social level, as well as learning something that would help them stay healthy. So those are two things that are beneficial right out of the box for that kind of program. The third beneficial thing actually is for the organization, and that is the organization can actually get paid for putting on those programs. They can actually, if they qualify, get into the program, they can actually now bill Medicare and Medicaid for any person that comes through the program that's got Medicare and Medicaid. The patient doesn't have to pay for it. That's now a benefit from Medicare and Medicaid for their members. So there's a revenue generating opportunity there as well, which then brings us to the point, one of the reasons I'm here is that there again, the dilemma in smaller organizations taking advantage of the diabetes prevention program is the fact that, yeah, they could put the program on because you don't have to know anything about clinical. It's just really facilitating a class that the government actually provides the curriculum and gives you the documentation. So it's just a matter of following the dots of the program. So it's not, you know.
So you don't need any special training to do classes or anything like that?
Well, I shouldn't say no special training. There's a coach that actually facilitates the class.
Now, does the government provide that coach?
No, the government does not provide the coach. They facilitate people being a coach. But the deal about that is when you think about, you have to be a coach to conduct the class. Well, the coach has to go through some training themselves. But it's a 2-day course.
2 days.
Yes, it's not, the biggest part about it. The biggest part about it, though, it's about $400 for the course.
That's reasonable.
Once you go through that 2-day course, you become a certified coach, and that allows you to coach anybody's diabetes class, whether they're here in Detroit or in California.
Wow.
Because the other part of the diabetes prevention program is that in addition to it being in person, there is an online component of that. So that means you could be teaching a class here and the people actually in California or anywhere in the United States for that matter.
Wow.
So there's opportunity there.
Well, it's a lot. There's so much information.
Build your own business.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let me give out the number because
Wow.
I'm sure some people out there chomping at the bit to talk.
I'm calling right now.
Yes. And folks out there viewing us, listening, look, you want to call, you want to get this gentleman, got some questions, call us right now. 313-365-7327. Once again, that's 313-365-7327. Now, you wrote that number down. Here's another one for you. 313-365-7379.
What's that again?
That's 313-365-7379. Take them two numbers down. Call in. Speak with Joe Williams. Speak with Chris Broughton. Speak with Miss Theo Broughton. Co-founder and researcher. Let's talk about this because it's important because I'm just looking at the numbers here in Michigan, Miss Broughton. 2.7 million residents in Michigan are pre-diabetic. That's 34% of the population.
That's about that diet.
Hey,
about that diet.
Right.
And with this software, hopefully you can catch up and turn it all around.
Yes, indeed. Now,
well, the interesting part about the software is that it's a tool that could allow, again, our smaller organizations to be able to participate in this. As you see, the coaches' criteria isn't surmountable. That's something that people could do. To put on a class, you need a room that could accommodate 10 people. But the problem that I see and what I'm trying to help mitigate is the fact that the documentation that goes along with that. You have to keep track of everybody that comes through the class. In particular, their weight and their minutes of exercise. And there's several other data points that have to be accounted for in this reporting process. But the problem is that that's basically electronic. And if you don't know how to do that, and particularly if you don't have a tool that allows you to track your clients in terms of them being in the class, that is a barrier.
Because you got to upload this information and send it to the federal government.
Right. But Joe, in tracking, there's something called a spreadsheet. Is that what you would use to download or upload the details on each person?
That's exactly what the CDC provides. The problem with that, as I mentioned earlier, that there's several different data points that you have to keep track of, and that means you got to keep plotting data every class for maybe you got 10 people in the class.
You're right.
So you got to plot 40 data elements for 40 people, and the more people you got in your class or the more classes you have, obviously it can get very, very overwhelming, that spreadsheet.
Right.
So my application actually just does that for you, so that you don't need to work with the spreadsheet.
That's great.
They calling in,
Oh,
Joe.
okay, okay, that's
Joe,
great.
I got a question for Joe real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Joe, so here's something that just came in my mind. You said it's a $400 course, take 2 days, right? I thought about, I don't know why this hit me so fast. Maybe God said, oh, give him this one. What if you went to your church, okay, where we're all congregated to church, and say, hey, we need to designate a couple of people in our congregation. Maybe we can pick up a collection and put them through this course so we can take care of our parishioners coming through.
Well, that's my idea for being here, is to spread the word and get people thinking. There are opportunities, if they look at this correctly, for them to actually get involved. So, yes, thank you for bringing that up. That's the,
and then the other excellent point is when you think about $400 versus $100,000, a student ends up with at the end of
a certificate,
whatever university they attend.
2 days. Hey, that's how someone want to get into. And it also allows you to be your own boss. You helping other people to be their own boss. I mean, kudos to you for this. I think it's great. There's a lot of great minds out there.
Well, you got some callers, Mr. Bro. They checking in.
Go ahead.
They want to ask questions.
Hello.
Are they on the line? Who we speaking with there?
Lasso.
Hey, the resident poet in the building.
Now, I want to make sure I got the phone number 341-1821.
That's correct.
And what's the gentleman's name?
Joe Williams.
Okay, Joe Williams. Okay, because I was just told that I was pre-diabetic. I would like to take the course just to save my life.
There it is. There it is.
And then I can help others. But thanks so much. That's all I needed was to make sure I had your contact.
Thank you.
Great show, Theo. Get down, girl.
Yes, indeed. That's a beautiful
Thank you.
thing. And you know, like Hood Research, we have a relationship with a dedicated senior medical centers. And I'm sure they're doing some things, and they can't do it all. You got 2.7 million folks here. So I'm sure there's things we can do with them to help us branch out and do some things, you know, through them and help, you know. And this is how we got to do it. We got to network and build alliances and then move forward from that. That way you're not out there by yourself.
There it is.
You know, trying to do this piece.
Thank you for saying that, because it's all important. We could be much further down the line of success if we figure out how to unite and do things together. And let our little pettinesses, put that to the side. Just work on stuff that we have in common.
Joe, would your software be connected to other people, like a club? You get involved, you know, because we learn different things, and I think if you have, to me, you're AI before the AI. If you put this thing together, and so I'm gonna call the I am on this one. So if you can bring people together through your software, to where the updates, all the things come on, but they could share some of the things they're learning from using your software. Maybe we got another level we can take this to. Are they connected to each other?
Well, let me just say that the software has internet connectivity. As an example, to submit your insurance claims, our system will process the claim and then electronically transmit that to the insurance company. So there's an internet connectivity. So there is that capability of connecting really to any other entity that you can connect to.
Great.
As an example, our system will connect to other electronic medical records that are out there. So the communication is built into the process, to our application.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
And I just want to confirm the CDC, which we know is the CDC.
Yeah, the Centers for
Disease
Control.
Now you can go to that site, and I take it they'll have somewhere on there where you can click in for the information.
Yes, what we really should do is Google Diabetes Prevention Program.
Okay.
And then when you get that list, now look for the CDC on that list, and that should take you directly to the Diabetes Prevention Program for CDC.
Okay. All right, and once they get that type of information going, and then they can get an idea of what they can do to start, then they give you a call and say, look, if I'm going to get this thing going, I'm going to need this software.
There it is.
That's perfect. And Hood Research, we're gonna be partnering with this gentleman, folks.
Why not?
I mean, that's the main thing. You know, Hood Research, we partner with a lot of different entities, nonprofit groups. I was just letting them know, Ms. Broden, we have partnered with the Detroit Food Co-op, Brother Malik Yakini.
Yes,
and they got a lot of space in that building for doing something like this, having classes. And we need to, you know, put that together. See, we can do something like that.
Right. And their opening is May 1st, by the way.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be beautiful, folks.
And we will be there.
And healthy food abounds over there on Woodward and Euclid.
Right. Exactly.
That's how you get that pre-diabetic piece off of you.
Yeah. Just change a little bitty thing and you all right again.
Yeah, right.
I love it. I love it. Chris, you just got to gift the gab with the rhymes. And folks, when you're watching that piece on These Nuts every Monday, that's the progenitor of that piece.
Oh, man.
Indeed. And it's a lot of fun. And you put that together during the pandemic.
I sure did. We put the book out, the whole thing. It's been doing really well. And for those here that want to get the product, we'll get some out to them. And yeah, all you got to do is just the website for it is these TheseNutz nuts. These Nuts Trail Mix. So theseNutsTrailMix.com.
Yes.
And you can get the product there. And just call in with the problem. We got the solution. Let's go.
Yes, indeed. And that trail mix help you get better as well, huh?
Absolutely. No salt.
There it is.
No sugar, no nothing, and it tastes good.
Well, there's one other thing that I would be missing to not say, and that is I also have a newsletter that I put out.
Oh, okay, great.
And it's basically, the newsletter basically is a tool that I use for our small businesses to help them promote themselves. You know, one of the problems of our businesses is that people just don't know you're there, and we've got to find ways to continuously advertise ourselves. Like this station right here is just a gem that needs to be used while it's here by our business community.
Right.
So we have to come in and get involved with the station and the things that it's doing. I have to make that pitch first before I even mention mine, because I think this is really a grade above what I do, but so I want to put that out front. But my little effort to help our businesses advertise is, again, my newsletter. I basically take their ad, whatever flyer they may have, I put it into a newsletter format, and currently I've got a little over 11,000 email addresses of people around the city of Detroit, and then I send that advertisement out to that database to expose them.
Okay. Now, when they go to your site here, electronicservicestech.com, can they access your newsletter through that?
Yeah, they can. There's a click on my e-blast service, and they can find information about
And then
that.
they just put in their email address, and boom, you send the newsletter out to them.
Well, no, it's a little bit more. They need to get with me to get their advertisement.
Oh, I see.
Whatever it might be, and then I will actually put it, into the email format, and then send it out. The key there, that why I can be so helpful there, is that people are probably aware that most emails that people have, their emails, they might be able to send out 100, maybe 200 before the Googles and the Microsofts and the Yahoo will throttle you back. They'll just not send them out.
I see.
But I actually have commercial email servers. I had to design a commercial email service because the big boys wouldn't let me get in.
We got your back. We got your back.
Yes,
Let's go.
So I had to design that. So now I could send out millions of emails at a time if I had the email addresses. So I'm not limited to someone saying you can't send those out. So I can send out as many as I want. And I'd love to be able to really look at tying that in all around the country in our communities, so that we have another form or medium to get to the people, and affordable, because that's the key. If you can't afford to keep doing it, then, and that's the essence of advertisement, you have to keep putting your name out there.
Right.
Let's go.
Now, Miss Brown, you found this man at the Thursday Luncheon Group.
Yes.
There it is. See what happens.
Talk about that real quick. We got 7 minutes.
Well, the Thursday luncheon group's aim is to encourage the people within our community to support one another, and is not difficult to do. A person just has to realize, and that is how we build strong communities and sustaining communities. And the Thursday luncheon group meets on the first Thursday of each month. They have conference calls when it is not weather, accessible. And for those who want to join, they just need to log on to the Thursday Luncheon Group website. They can join right there. Or they can call, let's see. Joe, do you have the business number?
Gerald Davis's number, at the moment I don't, but if anyone calls me, I'll be more than happy to to get that and share that. That is an important business group that that's been around for years. It's not something that just came up overnight. They've been around for years. They're very seasoned, and they're very dedicated to our small businesses doing well. That brings me to something else that the Thursday Luncheon Group is sponsoring, and unfortunately I didn't come here prepared to talk about that, but I will at least mention it, and that is the NFL watch party.
Right.
The Thursday Luncheon Group is having an NFL watch party, and oh geez, it's at maybe Theo, you know the
yeah, it's at the Sacred Heart Church Social Hall.
Right, from 6 to 11
Mm-hmm.
on Thursday and Friday, those 2 days.
Right. And there will be vendors there, and there will be a lady there who is a member of the Thursday Luncheon Group. Her name is Mary, and she is one of the best caterers in the city of Detroit. So they have a VIP room where people can go in, socialize, network, etc. And she's gonna have some tasty treats as well as a vendor there. But she's excellent. I have had an opportunity to taste her creations.
We down to 5 minutes. What you want to say real quick, Mr. Williams, and then we're going to get Ms. Brown to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I want to, again, thank you guys for allowing me to come on the air and spread the word to the degree that I have. But I will say that if you didn't get the gist of what I'm sharing with you, please call me, because I've really just kind of scratched the surface of the potential in that. And I'd love to share more, because I think it's something that we need to take advantage of.
Yes.
There's plenty of, there's billions of dollars that they're putting in our
Get the
community.
number out again real quick.
That's 313-341-1821. 313-341-1821.
Yes, indeed.
So I would encourage you to give me a call, and I'll share what I know.
All right.
A great show, Ms.
Well, absolutely. I want to thank Joe Williams for joining us this morning, and also the Broughton team.
That's right. We're going to feed a small business, make a big one.
Hey, I like that. Right. And I just have to say that I have been so excited for this whole week that my son came in and surprised me, I should say shocked me, by being here in my kitchen on the day of my birthday.
You had to have something to eat. You know
right. Right. Because at midnight I said, it's my birthday. I haven't heard from my children. I said, I think it's my birthday. I had to check the date and
1 minute, Ms.
time and all.
1 minute.
But I want to thank everybody for tuning in this morning. And you've got to know when I say it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. And we at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to share with you, and we invite you to also share with us. The email for Hood Research is contact@hoodresearch.org. Again, that's CONTACT, the little @ symbol, HOODRESEARCH.org.
There it is.
That's our email. We have a website, Hood Research, for you to go to and glean other information. The phone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. Again, area code 248-234-2371. And I thank you for tuning in this morning. We will be on again on Saturday from 3 p.m. until 6 for a conference call. And Joe Williams has been on a conference call. Christopher has been on a conference call. And so is my co-host, Mark Cummings. So, again, thank you. And tune in again next Monday, right here on WHPR, WHPS, 9 a.m.
And the shows, folks, we broadcast all the time. YouTube, you just hit the W. HPR TV 33 application, or just hit them on YouTube. Pick them up. All the shows from the station are down there.
That's right.
And you can pick up what you like. Feedback, folks.
Feedback by Hood Research. A positive production by Hood Research. Peace.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.